shooting this week's check-in video from a local cemetery, not to be morbid or weird, but just to kind of drive home a point. This past week we looked at King Hezekiah, who got sick, and God's words to Hezekiah was to put your house in order because you're not gonna live after this sickness. This is gonna take your life. And I get the fact that death is such a hard thing. Being here in the cemetery, and I'm here often at different cemeteries and stuff. There's no power here. There's no life here. You just feel the pain and anguish of many tears that have been shed around tombs and around stone. And it's a tough thing to walk or put your head around death. And Hezekiah is weeping bitterly because he knows he has no son to put on the throne. He knows his kingdom's about to be attacked, and with no leader, they're going to be toast. And he himself, as much as you don't fear death, because I know where I'm going, I don't want to die. And so he cries out to God in this incredible prayer, God, I've been devoted, I've followed you. God, would you heal me? Would you hear my cries and would you heal me? And then God gives an immediate answer. Hezekiah, because of your faith, I'm going to extend 15 years to your life, and I've got your back. I will defend your city. Assyria will not triumph over you. I will gain the victory for you and my people. And that's a miracle. That's a God moment. That's God speaking, God leading, God pouring into the life of Hezekiah and extending him life and extending life and victory to his people. And then what's the response of Hezekiah? What does he do on the heels of that? He rides the wave of blessing, rides the wave of health. And when the envoys come from Babylon, right, that idolatrous enemy nation Babylon, he opens the door. Come on in. Let me show you what I've got. Let me show you who I am. Let me show you where we've come from and where we're at today. And he welcomes them in. He lets down his guard. And he begins to talk about allegiances and alliances. And instead of keeping his eyes fixed on the one who has extended his life and assured victory for his people, he's talking now about allegiances with the enemy. How quickly we let our guard down, right? Like we can go to church, we can go to conferences, we can have moments where we've read something, we've heard something, we've worshiped in some way, and we grab hold of that, and we ride the wave of that for weeks and months and years to come, and then all of a sudden we realize we're questioning God, we're doubting God, we're struggling with God. Why? It's because we've relied on what happened a long time ago, and we're not guarding our hearts today in the truth of Jesus Christ. We're not worshiping him today in who he is. We're not diving into his word and following him today. We're riding on the waves of what happened yesterday. And very quickly we start to fall. Very quickly we start to make allegiances, partnerships, and we have our focus on something else rather than God. Friends, we need God every hour. Right? The old hymn, I need thee every hour. We need God every moment to speak in and to lead in our life, because when we let our guard down, that's all Satan needs, that's all the enemy needs, is a foothold. And that foothold will start to wedge away in our hearts to distract us and to sway us away from Jesus Christ. So I guess my challenge is, through Hezekiah's life, it's just so like ours. It's so easy to have a God moment and have a victorious moment in worship to God, but then to get distracted very quickly and not realize it, but to let our guard down and to start focusing on something else, somebody else. And soon we're back to where we started. Friends, God wants to lead, God wants to speak, God wants to do great things. May we not let our guards down, but stand firm and be on guard and be alert to what life is all about, and spend this moment today in honor of God, and tomorrow in worship to God, and the next day surrendered to God. And then we'll see what great things are in store as God uses us and changes our life and changes those around us. Thanks for watching. God bless. Hope to see you on Sunday. And let's learn from the message of Hezekiah to be on guard, not let our guard down, but to be on guard and to dive deep into the truth of Jesus Christ every day. Thanks for watching. God bless.